Wiz Khalifa just listed his home for sale in Pittsburgh. This place has got some unique features, to say the least. Tommy Lee finally sold his Calabasas mansion, and the new owners, they're trying to flip the place. They've got an unusual strategy on how they're going to try to make a quick profit on this one. And Billy Joel still has not sold his Long Island estate. It's that time again. Today, let's dive into some of the top celebrity real estate news from the last couple weeks. And on this episode, I want to do a little bit of a different twist, okay? Let's do a battle of the kitchens. We've got 5 homes we're looking at today, and let's rank those kitchens, okay? We're going to look at the listings in total. We'll look at all the photos. So let's pay special attention to the kitchens today, and at the end of the video, we can decide which one of these celebrities has the most amazing kitchen. For our first house of the day, I want to check out this place that just hit the market in the Hollywood Hills. They're asking $18 million, and this one has quite a bit of history. It was once owned by Brittany Murphy, and it was also once owned by Britney Spears. The realtor on this one, David Parnes, shared that the current owner and seller has pumped $2.7 million into the house since they have owned it, which we don't know who owns it now. It's owned by a trust. The house is very cool though, and it's a big one. 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, 9,400 square feet, but at that asking price, we're still priced at almost $2,000 per square foot. This house is actually perched at the top of a hill at the back of a cul-de-sac, so it almost feels like it's kind of just sitting here all by itself. Like, see, even from this angle, there's not anyone immediately next to you, which obviously is really nice if you're a celebrity. I'm gonna guess that this is what you see as soon as you walk through the front door. Nice little foyer with a bunch of natural light. What an awesome, cozy, and comfortable great room. You got kitchen, dining room, and living room all in this space, and with the lower ceiling height, it makes it feel a lot more cozy. Here's the kitchen, and we said we were gonna do battle of the kitchens in today's video, so let's just look at some of these details. I like the size of the island. That's probably 15 or 16 feet long. I like the waterfall edge on the island a lot. I'm not sure what appliances we're working with here. This actually is the only photo of the kitchen, believe it or not, but I don't know. Overall, I'd give this kitchen like a probably 6 out of 10. Here's the office, and once again, we have another room with a ton of natural light because of these sliders. Oh my gosh, there we go. And now we finally get to the views. I can't believe we're on photo number 11, and this is the first time they're showing us the views. This should have been like the 3rd photo in this listing. We got a movie theater in here, another cozy room. One critique though, I really don't like it when people put like standard living room furniture in the movie theater. It just feels out of place. Then here at the end, they show us the master bedroom. Of course, you've got some amazing views, a nice big open space, your own private balcony, plus a fireplace. I'd say the developers did a really nice job on this one. Tasteful remodel. I bet they'll get their price. Okay, next let's cruise over to the East Coast and take a look at Billy Joel's Long Island mansion. He's actually been trying to sell this place for a while, and he's even done a little bit of a facelift to this one to maybe drum up some more interest. This one is an absolute monster of a home. 18 bedrooms, 24 bathrooms, 20,000 square feet. He's asking almost $50 million. As wealthy as Billy Joel is, he actually told the New York Times that one of the biggest reasons that he's selling this place are because of the property taxes. I guess he's paying $570,000 per year on property taxes for this place. That's like $50,000 a month. I don't care how rich you are. If you're paying 50 grand a month in property taxes, that's gonna sting. It's a huge property though, like I said. I read the description. We're actually sitting on 26 acres. I don't know exactly what's what here, but we have a main house. That's right here. We have a gatehouse, we have a guest house, and then there's also a beach house here. Then included in the sale, it comes with 3 separate buildable 4-acre waterfront lots, so I could only assume those are maybe somewhere over here. Here's the inside, no furniture. That's a big miss. If you're trying to sell a $50 million house, it has to be staged. Beautiful kitchen. As you guys know, not exactly my style, but remember, we're calling out kitchens today. So what do we love about this? For 1, it's huge. For 2, lots of storage. For 3, the double islands, that's a nice touch. I also love how the appliances are all hidden. We probably have fridge and freezer over here with the cabinet faces. See, here's another random room. We don't even know what this room is supposed to be. They could have at least done virtual staging. We got a chef's kitchen, very nice. The master bedroom is huge, and check it out. We got some views of the water over there in the back. Out back, you have this huge patio overlooking the water. The architecture here is very cool. I love all the brick. Hard telling to me exactly why this place hasn't sold. Obviously, it's going to take a particular buyer. It's a very big price, but you guys let me know. If you're from the area or if you're from New York, Why isn't this house sold yet? Back to LA, we're looking at a very cool hilltop home. This one was just listed for sale by Ozzy Osbourne's oldest daughter. They went $4.4 million for the house. It's just this small little mid-century modern, but you guys know those are my favorites. Great views. Something I'm always looking for with views is whether or not you're looking out at any obstructions, like any other roof structures from a neighbor below or any power lines or anything, but nope, these are clean views. There's so much to appreciate in this shot, like the white floors, the white walls, the glass and views in the background, this little like atrium area here in the middle. Here's a closer up look at that view. Okay, and here's the kitchen. So if we're ranking kitchens today, I'm sure this is gonna rank a little lower on the list for most of you guys. It is dated, but that's kind of the point here. This is meant to be an older looking home. It was restored, not remodeled. So we got these like teal colored cabinets and then stainless steel countertops. That's a nice touch. You don't see that too much in residential. Overall, a very period appropriate kitchen that would really only make sense in this house. Like if this kitchen was in Billy Joel's house, it would look very out of place. Nice house. I will say it feels a little bit overpriced at about $2,000 per square foot, but it also is kind of one of my favorites on the list today because I could actually picture myself living in a house like this versus some of these other ones we look at are just like so big and unrelatable. Now this next one's kind of an interesting story. So Tommy Lee just sold his mansion last year. It took a while, but it finally sold, and the new owners, they're developers, and they have this somewhat interesting strategy on how they're gonna try to make a quick profit on this thing. This house was such a hard sell for Tommy Lee that he ultimately took a big loss on it. He actually lost $2 million when he sold the home to these buyers. But check it out, you guys are gonna notice right off the bat that this house they're trying to sell is not even a real house. This is just renderings, which we'll look at here in a second. They went $4.3 million for it. And see, the description tells us this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own and develop the most awe-inspiring property in Calabasas. See, what developers try to do in a situation like this is they'll buy the property, which was kind of an old dated property, and then they'll go through the process of designing a new home and coming up with plans for the new home. Then they'll get these professional looking renderings of what the home could look like if they went forward with the build out, but they don't actually start construction until they find a buyer. So that's what they're trying to do in this situation. They're showing us a bunch of renderings, which means that if you go to buy this house, then you can also hire these developers to actually build this house for you, this rendered. The asking price of $4.3 million is a little bit misleading. I'm assuming what's happening here is that you could pay $4.3 million for the lot, plus the plans, plus the design. But if you actually want the house that you see in these renderings, you're gonna end up spending twice that by the time they build it. For our last house of the day, we're going to go to my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to look at a house that the rapper Wiz Khalifa just listed for sale. He wants $1.3 million. It's kind of cool looking at something that's outside of the typical three that we always look at, which is LA, Florida, and New York. This home's 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 4,400 square feet. They're only asking $294 per square foot. Like, you really couldn't even build this house for that price out here in Arizona. So we're actually technically, I guess, a little outside of Pittsburgh. We're in a town called Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. I'm pretty sure it's very private property as well. We're sitting on 2.5 acres here. Cool architecture though, at least from when I go back home, I feel like you don't see a lot of modern style architecture in Pittsburgh. And inside it almost has this like loft vibe to it with the woodwork on the ceiling, the exposed ductwork, the exposed beam. I love all of these windows looking out to the back patio. Just look how much natural light is brought into this room with those windows. We got another relatively modest kitchen, but what's going on here? So another waterfall edge on the island. It actually looks like this island countertop is concrete, which is pretty rare. Like in my kitchen at home, I have a quartz that looks like concrete, but real concrete is more rare, especially because concrete's high maintenance. Ideally, you don't want concrete on your countertops in your kitchen. It's okay. I mean, the kitchen looks pretty weathered to me, but it's outfitted with all the right appliances. It definitely has that industrial vibe that the rest of the house has. If I had to rate this one, I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. This is a pretty cool detail. So right off the kitchen, you have 2 barn doors, one which leads to your powder room, another which leads to your coat closet, and they're both labeled in case you forget. Big master bedroom with kind of a lot going on. It's very busy, but look at these views. Dirty windows, but amazing views. In most of the bathrooms, they're using this 1x1 tile, which looks kind of crazy, but this one's actually my favorite. It's just a pretty cool combination of colors. A couple other rooms that's like, what are these rooms supposed to be used for? Maybe this was a gym, maybe this was a office. And then out back, I'm just gonna let it sit on this picture for a second. Take a look. Which part of this backyard do you think was inspired by Wiz Khalifa? Take a wild guess. That's a wrap for today's episode, you guys. Before we go, let's reflect back on those kitchens that we just looked at and pick which one was our favorite. I honestly don't even know if I did the best job ranking these things, but the Billy Joel kitchen in New York, I think that was the most impressive one on our list today. We probably all can agree with that, but you guys let me know which one you would pick down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below before you go. I'll see you guys next time.